Josh gets agitated, Tater looks defeated, and Mike, he deleted a bunch of videos. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a great weekend so far. All right, well, tonight I got a little show to go to. There's a band from Denmark. I don't know who they are, but it's me, my daughter, and my grandson. It's my grandson's first show, so I'm going to go along with that and go hang out with him for his first little show. Should be fun. And then tomorrow, they're calling for 5 to 10 inches of snow in the area. Yeah, all the snow that we just got, well, not just, but we've had for weeks, finally went away, and all the snow is cleared just in time to get a new batch. So we'll see how that all pans out. But enough of me. What are the Nomads doing? All right, first we have Josh. Let's talk about Josh here. And he gets agitated. Yeah, he's doing laundry in his bathtub. Yeah, he filled the tub up, put some pods. He took those, whatever they were, gel, Tide Pods, whatever. But yeah, he broke them up, threw them in the water, threw his clothes in there, and got a baseball bat to agitate the laundry. And he's doing laundry the old-fashioned way, kind of like what the Amish folks around here do. But I guess the only bit of advice that I would give is, but I'd have done it in 2 loads. It looked like it was a little bit full with the water splashing around and a whole lot of clothes. I'd have kind of broke it down into 2 different little loads, a little bit smaller, I think. But other than that, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Well, Josh is actually being frugal at the time because he has the money for his down payment and all that stuff for the property, and he's not dipping into it. So he is, doing what he got to do to still be prepared for when that land comes available. So that's what Josh is up to. All right, let's move on to Bunny and her shuttle build. Well, I guess there's no other way to say it, but Bunny, yeah, she's talking shit. Yeah, toilets. That's right. Bunny's talking all about the toilets and how she's going to go to the potty in her little shuttle bus. She shows the one she has. She talks about how it's the 2 separate ones, though it keeps the wet from the solids, and it's a little bit taller. So when you go to sit down on the hopper, you don't have to, strain to get up and down and all that good stuff. So she talks all about the different kinds and the different types of toilets and the different media you can use and the composting ones and all that good stuff. So if you want to know all about their shitters for the wheeled wonders, Bunny, she talks all about it. And then she moves on to the next video is her window coverings. So yeah, she is still trying to trudge forward and get that thing ready so she can go take her first trip. All right, now we have Cathie changing lanes. She did a little Q&A, which is pretty good. I say since she's new to me and actually quite new to YouTube, it's a good way to get to know her a little bit better and what her journey has been, how she got where she's at, why she's doing what she's doing, and all that good stuff. And so if you are interested in getting to know a little bit about Cathie and who she is, going over and check that out. Like I said, it's a good way to get to know somebody that I just started talking about, introduced you guys to, and I don't know too much about her, so it was a fun little experience. So you can go over and check her out for sure. Now, real quick mention of Line Screw did a funny Tater video. It was pretty interesting about the Tater in the Twilight Zone. So yeah, go over and check it out. It was pretty funny stuff. It looked like it was fun to make too, actually. So go over and check out Line Screw. All right, speaking of the Tater, he looked pretty defeated. Yeah, he was talking about all kinds of stuff, but yeah, at the end, he was just very, very defeated. Things weren't going his way. It was a long day. Nothing turned out right. It was just a sad, sad day for our little buddy, our little Tater. Yeah, he really did look pretty defeated, but we'll talk about that in a second. But first, I want to talk about his propane issue. So I want to give Tater a little bit of props here. He actually gave some good advice. He had his propane tanks, and he had a leak, and he was keeping the tank inside to run his propane heaters and all that stuff. So, yeah, it can be very, very dangerous if you're sleeping, and especially when you got cats. I mean, clicking on a light could spark it, but even cats, two cats rubbing together and cause a little bit of static electricity or something, it could set off a propane filled bus in no time. And it's another thing is when it comes to those propane tanks and bottles and everything, see, that's why it's a good thing to periodically go to one of those places, and instead of taking your tank and getting it filled all the time, every once in a while, just go swap it out. Go to one of them places where you drop yours off and get a full one. It's worth it. Either that or take it and get it tested periodically, because if you just keep on using the same one over and over and over again, you never know what's going to fail, where it's going to fail. If the tank's about to fail, because they do wear out, it should get pressure tested anyway, just because of that. I mean, I used to make high pressure seamless cylinders. I worked at a steel mill, so I know a little bit about this. And then even at the top where the valve is, not any of the valve, but where the valve goes in the tank, that could fail, and that's where Tater's failed. So it was a good little reminder about all you guys that have your propane stuff and you keep propane bottles inside. Yeah, swap them out, do something, get them tested. But yeah, definitely check them things out. And Tater was talking about he got a new little monitor that monitors all kinds of stuff. So that's what he started talking about. But when he was mentioning things and plugging in his little thing, he showed his outlet. So he's talking safety and propane and all that other stuff, but he has outlets without cover plates on. And you might not think that's a big deal, but you have that gap. So you have the outlet and then you have the big cutout. You can actually see the screws and the connection points, the contact points where the wires are. So if it's by the bed and your sheet goes in there, or you're doing something, even if you're eating the way Tater does something, and you do something, and it happens, a fork or anything goes in there and makes contact, you're going to get sparks, you can get a fire. The cats do something, they're wagging their tails, and it fills up with cat hair and all kinds. It's not a good idea. Go get some damn cover plates. They're not expensive, they're cheap. And yeah, you don't want an open outlet like that with the contact points exposed, so you can stick something right in there very easily, accidentally, and yeah, talk about starting fires and stuff. Yeah, not a good thing. Not a good thing. Now, Diana, she's cleaning out a spot for her bus, so I guess her and Tater went to Cali, and then they're gonna drive the bus back, and she's gonna park her bus in the mud pit, so everybody's vehicles will be stuck there in the big swamp, because again, remember, it's turning into a mud pit already, and it's not even the rainy season, so we all know how that's going to turn out. And then Tater makes another run into town. He goes, picks up the Harley, and he's all happy about it, fits in his little short bed truck and yada, 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 and he goes, takes his trash to the dump. All these trips back and forth, there's one thing we didn't see. We see him going and picking up stuff. We see him going and eating, and we see him going and dumping trash, but we don't see him go dumping his poo. Is he starting to be like Mikey? Is he just cracking valves and letting all his gray and black tank just run out on the land? He's got his little poo tank and his macerator pump and all that other good stuff, but we haven't seen him going and dumping it all except that one time. And how long ago was that? I don't know. I think it's due. I think it's due to go get dumped, but we don't see the poo that is due. Now Tater's defeated, and it's because of his doctors and insurance. And see, when you go all this time and then all of a sudden you want to be a big boy and you want to play with the big boys and you want to be an adult, and you find out that adult things happen, and as we get older, things happen, and we have different needs, and one of those is as our bodies get ready for the big dirt nap and things stop working slowly, you might need to go to the doctors more often, especially when you eat and have a lifestyle like the Tater. But he's finding out that, yeah, health insurance and doctors and all that stuff, it ain't so fun here in the good old US of A. You pay for insurance, they might cover stuff. You go on their website and they say, oh yeah, this doctor's on our list. And then you go to the doctor's website and they go, yeah, but we're not taking any new patients. And then you go, oh wow, and then all that good stuff. And so you finally find a doctor, and then you go and you say, hey, I'd like to make an appointment. It says you accept new patients. And they say, yeah, we can get you in 4 months and all this other stuff. So it's a big waiting game. Well, Tater has been paying for insurance for, he said, 3 months. Because remember way back when he was real sick and everybody comes, what happened to his illness? Why isn't he sick? Why didn't he have glasses? He was talking about glasses and he was sick and he was going to the doctors and had all these appointments and all this other good stuff. Well, now he's doing the, oh, woe is me, because I've been paying for insurance for 3 months, and then I went in and they said, we don't take your insurance, and well, you said you did, and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And so then he got on the phone and he canceled his insurance because they said, well, we can do this and that and, do the self-pay thing. And on the sliding scale, well, he canceled his insurance, and then he talked about the sliding scale, and they said, how much do you make? And they said, well, no, you make too much, which kind of rang to me. The first thing that I thought was, well, he doesn't qualify for a sliding scale to get any insurance coverage to see a doctor, but yet he can get a public defender. Kind of interesting, don't you think, if you think about it? One thing, no, you make too much money, but a public defender, you don't? I don't know. But anyway, that's what rang to me right away. So Tater is having the singing the blues because he wants to go get checked out and go to the doctor to get his physical, get blood work done, and all other happy horse shit. But yeah, he's learning that adulting isn't always fun, and it actually kind of sucks sometimes when you step away from the tranquil, blissful mud pit and the life on the road, and you actually want to be an adult and responsible and take care of yourself. Yeah, it isn't always so fucking easy, is it? All right, now let's talk about Mike. That's right, cheap, off-grid living Mike. I watched a video, and I was going to talk about this video, so I went over to get a little thing so I could pop it up and show. But he deleted a whole bunch of videos. I don't know what's going on the Mikey channel, but yeah, look here. He has 15 videos. That's it, right there. There is videos. There's his home. There's his home page. He's got a couple little things. But you go up here and you click on videos, boom. And it even says right up there, 15 videos. And the last one, the latest one, is 6 days ago. And he just made one. So I don't know. He deleted some videos or privated them or whatever. I don't understand. It was all his little off-grid stuff, talking about his little beds and all this other shit. And the latest one, he was talking, he changed his pump on his diesel heater, and he got some new patio furniture and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, why he deleted that stuff, or maybe he's has fallen prey to something that I was going to talk about, because he was cashing in on that free stuff again. The video before, I can't show you because he took it all down, but he got a chainsaw as a sponsor, a little electric chainsaw, and he was talking about it and the batteries and all this other stuff, and he did his little video. And then in this latest one where he was replacing that pump for his heater, he got some patio furniture that he was showing everybody and talking about that. So he's clicking on these links again to get free stuff and get sponsors and all that shit. And isn't that how he lost his other channel? So yeah, he might be on the short list for getting hacked again, because he's just clicking away. So, I know Everybody likes their free stuff, and they like to get that sponsor where all you got to do is go and get a couple $100 every month just for going, and today, But yeah, be careful. And you're getting free shit sent. Watch out. Watch what you click on. But anyway, he did change that heater pump. But why doesn't he do like the Canvas Man does? Yeah, I'm going to talk about the Canvas Man. I know, oh, his little friend, Dave's so nice and you're so mean and you quit drama and drumming up drama about the Canvas Man. I ain't drumming up drama about a good old Dave. But he does is he buys like 3 at a time. That's right. Instead of going out and buying one of the good ones, one of the real ones, he goes out and he buys 3 of the cheap little Chinese knockoffs. So as soon as he runs one until the wheels fall off, and as soon as he just swaps it out because he has one he has 2 actually. He has 2 on deck ready to go. And then when that one takes a shit, he yanks it and puts one in and then orders another one. So he's never without. So I don't know which is better, to buy a whole gross of cheap little shitty ones and replace them, or just spend the money all at once and get a good one that might actually last. Or, hey, when good old Badge was around, he showed you how to take care of them things, maintain them. But I guess Mikey's problem is when he shuts it off for the summer, and then I guess everything gets all gummed up and gunked up, and you gotta flush these things out or clean them out or do something, I guess. But I don't know. I don't use them, and I don't know how they go. I just know watching everybody else and all the troubles they have with theirs. And again, I used to watch good old Badge and how he fixed them and kept them all clean and running. But yeah, I was wondering why Mikey just doesn't, like he does everything else. He likes to have pumps and everything on hand. Even when he was changing out that pump, the fuel pump for that diesel heater, he had 2 other ones that he already replaced laying there down underneath the RV on the frame. He's got them all lined up like little dead soldiers. But yeah, so that's about it for that. I don't know what's going on. I just found it quite interesting that Mikey deleted a whole bunch of videos or privated them or whatever. And for whatever reason, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I hope he didn't get hacked again, because I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. It's Mike. We never know. He's a little bit, you know. So, again, I hope you guys like this one. I don't know what's going to go on. Tomorrow, I might be shoveling snow or whatever. Who knows? Even if we do get the snow. But I guess I'll let y'all know, because it's supposed to start sometime late tonight or early in the morning on Sunday and go on all day Sunday and into Monday. So I don't know. I guess we shall see what this nor'easter brings. But hey, have a good one.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
What we do here is go back.